Hi there, in this video you're going to learn how to use some new tools in Adobe Illustrator. The main tool that we're focusing on is this white arrow tool here called the Direct Selection tool. It's going to help us change shapes and change anchor points, as well as learn some other tips and tricks on how to increase your arsenal of skill sets when working in Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to provide a file for you, and the file is going to be called Direct Selection Tool Tutorial.ait. You'll want to download that file and then open up that file. When you double click on it, it should open up in Illustrator and look something like this. You might notice something for the first time that you're not familiar with. That is the grid that's showing in the background. When you go to the View option, you can scroll down and check Hide Grid. But for this tutorial, I would recommend showing the grid, so that's why I have that turned on. Hopefully that when you open up that template, that will show. Another thing that you might see that you may not be familiar with is these cyan lines, and these are called guides. Also, from the View menu, when you scroll down, you'll see Guides, and there's a drop-down menu with some different options where you can lock guides, clear guides, hide the guides, so on and so forth. For this instance, you can keep the guides on, and it'll help you kind of keep your shapes organized and the spaces organized. To create guides, you'll learn that if you have the ruler showing, and once again that is also found in the View, you've got to turn your ruler on. Right now I have it showing. You can create a guide by clicking and then dragging and letting go, and that's how you produce a guide. You can also do that from the side bar as well. Okay. Hit Command Z to undo those. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is an idea of what we're going for. Okay, these shapes don't have to be perfect. Remember, this is the main objective of this tutorial is just for you to learn some new tools and tricks. We're not worrying too much about design aspects or elements yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete all of these shapes so that way you can create them yourself. And what I'm doing is holding down Shift on the keyboard and then single clicking on each one of those shapes. Now I can move them off to the side, and that might be something helpful for you to keep them there, or we can just delete them completely since you're going to create them on your own. What we're going to start off with is making the square. We're going to work from our top left and work our way down to the bottom right. So to make a square, we're going to start with the rectangle tool. You can click whatever color you want. Remember, you can choose your colors, some swatches up there, or double click here on the toolbar, and that will allow you to change what color you want. To use the rectangle tool to make a square, hold down Shift on your keyboard and go ahead and drag a square. Easy as that, and place that there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move to this area here, and we're going to change that square to a rectangle. So I'm going to copy and paste it. I can copy and paste by going Edit, Copy, and Paste. I can hold Command C, Command V, or my favorite copy and paste is hover over it with the selection tool, hold down Option, click and drag, and that will copy and paste all in one motion. Now I want to change the square to a rectangle, so I'm just going to pull that bounding box a little bit on the left, a little bit on the right, and there we go. We're done with that one. Now I'm going to copy and paste this shape over here where I need to change the rectangle to a trapezoid. This is where we're going to choose the white arrow, which is called the Direct Selection tool. When I click on the Direct Selection tool, you're going to see anchor points and some small little circles that we'll learn about here in a sec. The anchor points we can now double click on, and you can move those anchor points to create a new shape, and in this instance we're making a trapezoid. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. We don't need to measure our angles or anything like that. Now I'm going to move this, copy and paste it. I need to go back to the selection tool, the black arrow, hold down Option, click and drag, move that trapezoid over here for a triangle. And now I use the Direct Selection tool, and I'm going to move an anchor point once again by double clicking on it. And in this instance, I want to get rid of this anchor point. To get rid of that anchor point, there's going to be a tool in here that's hidden under the pen tool, and it's called Delete Anchor Point Tool. So now I have a minus next to the pen tool icon in the toolbar. I click on that anchor point, and that will delete it. I can go back to my direct selection tool, move that to where I want it, and make a triangle. All right, select your triangle with the black arrow tool, or the the regular selection tool. Hold down Option, click and drag. All right, and now we're changing a triangle to a 3-point star. You might be like, oh my goodness, how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to select it and use the plus, or the Add Anchor Point tool now. And we're going to add an anchor point in the middle along this line. So I find that path, and I click on it, find the next path, click on it, and I'm going to click just off it to see what it shows you. Please use the Add Anchor Point tool on a segment of a path. So I wasn't exactly on that line, I was a little bit off it, and that's why I'm getting that warning. So there we go, and then I'll do my third one over here. Wasn't quite on it, and once you have that anchor point put in place, then you use the white arrow, the direct selection tool, to double click on the anchor points. And now you're going to carefully pull in towards the middle to create somewhat of a geometric shape that looks like, we're going to call it a 3-point star. And the more symmetrical you can get it, the better. And you could really use that's what the grid is for, helping you kind of align things. I'm going to make this one just a little bit longer. So something like that looks fine for me. Go back to the regular selection tool, click on that 3-point star, hold down Option on your keyboard, click and drag, and that will copy it. We're also going to click and drag and copy it again, and now rotate it. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is go up to Object, Transform, Reflect, and then you can flip it horizontally or reflect it horizontally. Click OK. And now we can put that right there. We're going to hold down Shift and select the other one, or you can click off of it, click and drag to select both of them. And now we're going to look for that Pathfinder tool. I have it pulled out over here, but remember, if you can't see it, go up to Window, scroll down to Pathfinder, and then look for the shape tool that says Unite. And when you click Unite, it'll take both of those 3-point stars, unite them into one. Click and drag, hold down Shift to make it just a little bit smaller. There you go. Okay, with the selection tool, we need to click and drag and copy it over there. So once again, hold down the Option key, click and drag, hold it. Go to the direct selection tool. And what we're going to do now is we're going to round all the edges. That's what these circles are all about. So as you click on the circles, click and pull and drag, click off of it, it now rounded all of your points and angles. And that's what those circles are for when you select with the direct selection tool. If you double click on one of the circles, it's only going to affect that one set of anchor points there. So I just wanted to point that out. I'm going to hit Command-Z to undo that, keep it all symmetric. Perfect. Back to my selection tool and click and drag it over here. And now our final attempt is going to be changing this shape back to a square. So how do we get from this to this? It might seem really hard, but I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So I'm going to use my direct selection tool again, select it, and now I'm going to actually zoom in. I can hold Command plus to zoom in, get a little bit closer, and I can see all these anchor points. I'm going to use that anchor point tool again, where it's going to delete anchor points. And And I'm just going to go around and click. My computer's catching up to me here. There we go. And start deleting anchor points. If you click off of it, it's not going to do anything, so you do have to be pretty precise with this. So really I only need 4 anchor points. Once I've got my 4 anchor points, I'm going to select it with the white arrow, the direct selection tool. I'm going to click and drag, and now I'm going to use the grid to really help me align this, and I could actually count out how many squares and how many sections I actually need. That looks pretty good to me. But now when you click on these, you'll notice that there's handles. So you could click these handles, straighten them out, but there's another little tip I want to go to, and that is underneath the pen tool and the anchor point tools, there's this one called the anchor point tool. It's like an arrow without, I don't know, it's an arrow icon with just 2 lines. If I click and drag, that allows me to do that, but if I double click on it, it will actually get rid of the handles that I no longer need. And that's how I go back to getting this a perfect square. If I hit Command minus, that will zoom back out, or I can hit Command 0, and that'll snap this document back to its original size. And there you have it. Now it's ready to be saved. If you want to view it without the grids, go to View, Hide Grids, and Guides. There we go. And now let's go ahead and save it. File, Save As. I'm calling this the directs, actually the anchor points tutorial. I'm going to change this format down below to a PDF. Make sure it's saved to my Creative Cloud file. So I'm looking at the name, the destination, and the format. Go ahead and click Save. And when you get to this stage, just click Save again. And there you go. You're all done. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this tutorial helped you learn some new tools in Illustrator, particularly around working with anchor points. Thanks for watching.